HoneyBook has one of the most generous affiliate programs ever. At the very beginning, Mac mentioned that I'm a six-figure a year affiliate marketer.
Yeah.
And that's just with HoneyBook.
There's other ways to create passive income for your business, and affiliate marketing and referral revenue is definitely one of the ways you can do that, which is why we considered it when we were building out the template sharing feature in HoneyBook. So basically the way I want you guys all to think about this for your business is that these are kind of two separate streams or two separate lanes of bringing in passive revenue, right? Like there's the template lane and there's the referral income lane. This template lane will kind of end and loop back with this referral lane as well. So we're giving you access to basically like two lanes of passive revenue in the way that we built the product around this one. So templates can lead to that referral income, but you can also build out that separate strategy for referrals.
Yeah, currently start where you're most comfortable and where you're currently marketing. And if you don't really have an SEO strategy for your business, this is a great opportunity to start building one. And what's beautiful about templates and HoneyBook and this referral program is like, now it's going hand in hand. So when somebody purchases a template from you, or when somebody downloads a template from you and they're not a HoneyBook user, they can become one from your referral code and you'll get that credit.
Right.
And I have to tell you, HoneyBook has one of the most generous affiliate programs ever. And at the very beginning, Mac mentioned that I'm a six-figure a year affiliate marketer.
Yeah.
And that's just with HoneyBook.
Yeah.
I mean, I have other affiliate programs I'm a part of too, but that's six figures just with HoneyBook.
Yeah. It's incredible what you can build. So and I think having a really intentional marketing strategy behind it is what's going to yield a result like that. So I'm giving you guys a little glimpse here on the screen at what our kind of typical referral program looks like for members. So everyone has access to this basic level. And then once you've transacted $2,000 through the HoneyBook platform, meaning you've charged that from your clients, you'll get bumped up to that premium level. Now, I know we have a lot of folks here today who are already selling templates, who are already sharing education, who are already building out their subscriber list. If that is you today and you're providing education to your audience, you might actually be a better fit for our educator program. So I would highly recommend filling out that app and apply for our educator program, because you are going to get exclusive offers for our educators, but you're also going to get a higher tier of payout for each win. So definitely pop into that application and fill that out. Okay. We are going to be hanging out and answering questions. Candice, this one was for you. So someone said, I would love to hear your take on whether it's better to niche down for templates, like how you do just for wedding pros, or should they be more general? For example, they have done HoneyBook setup for caterers and bookkeepers and web designers and virtual assistants and tons. And they like the idea of having a shop with the smart files that they've set up for each of them, but understand that marketing to kind of a broad audience like that might be difficult. So they were wondering about your perspective on that.
It's a great question, and I'm glad you asked it. So thank you for asking, because I'm sure that this is a question other people have too. You know, I can go two different ways. I see merits to both. I do think, in my own experience, is that niching down or picking a niche can really actually help your business grow more than having a broader audience. And so I faced this sort of question and conundrum, and I decided that I was going to just niche down into wedding pros. Those were my people. And it gave me a lot of clarity as to what I could create for them. And then furthermore, I created content and products that actually solved a problem that was unique to them. And so I think there is some merit to creating templates in this conversation that are to a specific group of people. And from an SEO perspective and a marketing perspective and a design perspective and a copy perspective, all the things that Mac had discussed prompt people to buy. If somebody says, oh, this is a virtual assistant template, they feel like it was made for them rather than something that could be used by 15 different businesses. Now, you could have virtual assistant templates, like a bundle for virtual assistants, a bundle for photographers, kind of like a contract shop. There's some great contract shops that have different agreements for different business styles. So you could do something like that. But I think you would want to create templates for certain types of businesses, and that could actually make you more profitable and serve more people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it sounds more too like it's around the almost like your go-to-market strategy with it too. Like when you're selling that template for virtual assistants, make sure that you're speaking directly to them. And then when they get there, it doesn't matter if there's also a bookkeeper template and all of that, but it's more like the lane with which you're bringing them in is specific to them.
Yeah. And they feel like seen, heard, and that the strategy was created for them. They can identify themselves and their business in the product. And I think that's really important. I think it impacts people to buy. And in fact, they could have been searching and searching and found a lot of templates that felt very generic. And here they come to yours that is for their business. And that is what is going to prompt them to purchase. They're going to be like, oh, okay, this was made for me.
Does anyone have good tips or resources on how to price a template or strategies for pricing templates? I know our team did a little bit of research on this too, but Candice, do you have any insights that you want to pitch in, or do you want me to just dive into the research side?
I think I'm just opinion.
Yeah.
It can feel kind of like, throwing a dart with a blindfold on,
Right.
like you're not really sure where to go. One thing I'll tell you though is there's a bit of a threshold of what people will pay for templates.
Yeah.
And that threshold may be slightly lower than what you hope. And so when I'm pricing something, I'm always thinking, okay, well, what's going to be attractive to somebody where it's almost like a no-brainer for them to purchase? And that's where I tend to start with pricing. And I'm thinking, okay, what would make this an absolute no-brainer? And the more complicated or complex the template, obviously the higher in cost, the simpler, the lower. But I just think, what would be a price where somebody would be like, well, I'd be silly not to buy this. I'd be dumb not to purchase this. It's going to save me so much time.
Right.
And I use that as a bit of a guide.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it depends too on if it's a single template, and obviously we were talking about the freebie is what, like there's levels to all of this. And I think if it's a bundle, all of that kind of impacts it. And I think it depends on, so from the research side of it and the focus groups that we did, it depends on where people were shopping. If they're going to your private template shop that they heard about through your email nurture or your different marketing channels, it's going to be a very different price point that they are willing to pay, honestly, than if they're looking at your template compared to another 200 on Etsy, for example.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's something to keep in mind too, is making sure that you're, directing them to a place where it's just your information, I think, and then you can be a little bit more competitive with your price point.